Hello guys, I wanted to share with you how to clean the front brakes, and I wanted to show you how they're connected so that you will understand that this is not a big deal, and this kind of procedure can be done easily, relatively easily, with like some basic tools. You don't need any special tools for this, except maybe the special Torx adapter here, or screwdriver. And so basically it's like this. Yeah, like that one. So like I said, this is not a huge deal, fairly easy to do. Anyone can do it. I think it's recommended to do it after every off-road kind of off-roading kind of adventure that you're having, or at least once a year at the end of the year. You need to clean with soapy water. You clean the disc from the both sides and you dry it. Make sure you dry it really well. It needs to be clean from dust and little stones, little basically dust, brake dust and stuff like that. Also, you clean this ABS sensor here from dust, and then you take out the brake pads and just make sure, inspect them, make sure that you have enough pad left. Clean this part. Don't need to really worry about this part. Some people use sandpaper to kind of take off the rust here, but I don't think it's necessary. Just clean this part. There is, so the whole thing is held by 2 bolts. This is KTM 390 Adventure, just in case. It's held like this, and with these kind of bolts, right? They go in here, and this part here, this pin, this pin here, is actually like holding the brake pads, right? So the brake pads, they have this hole. This is where the pin goes once the brake pads are inside. So you kind of need to unscrew this. This screw part is here, just this part, and this is flat. Yeah, this is there's no thread here. So you kind of take it out. There's a little spring. Where's this thing that you need to wash as well? A spring that holds everything together. Goes like that. And yeah, you take it. You take the toothbrush. You have some soapy water and like an old toothbrush essentially, and you start cleaning from the inside with water and soap. Some people use brake parts cleaner. I heard that this is not the greatest idea, because these cylinders here, they're made from a rubbery kind of material that brake parts cleaner can actually degrade. So the best way to do it is just to use soap water. Make sure that everything's clean there. There's not much to clean. Just take if you see a rust here or like dust or something like that, just clean that off. Make sure it's all nice and clean. And then dry it with, I use a leaf blower essentially to dry my parts from water. And the assembly is the reverse of disassembly. It's very simple. You can leave it hanging like this, no problem. Just make sure that you put everything back, like put this together properly, like it was before, and put those zip ties in. Also, I have to mention that every salty ride, or every ride where you have, like you do off-roading, you have to clean the this fork legs. You have to clean them with, again, clean water. some people use even distilled water. It's that sensitive. So I used just lightly soapy water, warm water, and then I cleaned it, and then I used a dry paper towel just to dry it off right away. And then I applied a little bit of, took a rag and I just sprayed a little bit of WD-40. And using that light coat of WD-40 on the rag, I just wiped the both fork legs just to cover it with a thin layer of oil to prevent rust. It's not really to lubricate. You're not trying to lubricate anything. We're just preventing water vapor, essentially, from creating rust. Notice here, I don't know if the camera shows you, do you see this ridge? Do you see the difference between this is slightly lighter and then this? This happens because I didn't clean, throughout the year, I didn't clean this part. And as a result, the dust essentially got here and kind of scraped some of the zinc away. So that's why you see this ridge here, the difference between two colors here and here. So it's important to every ride, especially if it's like rain, or even more importantly, if it's salt, like there is salt on the road and it's wet and you're riding in the winter, you must wash this properly and apply some people put, instead of WD-40, they put silicone lube, just a little bit of silicone based spray lube, and they kind of just put it on a rag and then wipe it. So again, to prevent water from and repel dirt and stuff like that. So some lubes are kind of dirt repellent, and I'm not sure how that works, but in any case, yeah, this is what you have to do. Takes the whole procedure to disassemble it. It takes about 10 minutes and probably 20 minutes, maybe 15 minutes to put it back in. So not a huge deal. Don't be afraid to attempt it. Also, if you're doing lots of off-roading, you can take this. There is a little spring that holds the rubber cover. You kind of take the cover off, and there's a seal. So there's a special tool that you have to use to clean that seal, clean out all the dirt that accumulates there if you're doing a lot of off-roading. And I'll have to do it too. I just don't have that tool yet, but in any case, you need to like Google it and see. I think it's like $10, $15 you can get it. I think it's called fork seal tool or fork seal cleaner or something like that. You kind of take that off, use the screwdriver. Careful not to scratch this part. You just need to lightly take this, like from these sides, take this rubber down, and then you have access to the actual rubber seal, fork seal. And then you kind of clean that side. Again, do not put anything sharp on here. No screwdrivers go underneath, nothing like that. It has to be, it's a plastic tool and it's very, very sensitive. So try not to scratch it. Okay, I didn't do it yet, but I'll have to do it. I'll do it soon. And that's it. This is how you do the brake job, essentially, for a 390 Adventure, a KTM 390 Adventure.